Master Your Destiny on 99 FM.
We are so absolutely delighted and honoured to have you in studio. Thuli Madonsela, the South African Public Protector. What an honour.
The honour is mine, really. I appreciate being here.
We appreciate it so much, and we're so delighted to hear your wisdom. Maybe we can start off with, if you could explain to us, what is the role of the Public Protector?
The Public Protector, as the name suggests, protects the public. From what? From improper use of public power and public resources. And does so either by complaint or at his or her own initiative.
Okay. And you've been quite an inspirational woman to so many women around Africa because of the fact that you have raised your voice to say that certain things that were happening were not right and faced so much adversity as a result of raising your voice to say this will not continue any longer. What has it been like for you?
It's been a blast, really. Yes, my team and I have done our best because we have a job to do. We have to find out what happened, what should have happened, if there's a discrepancy. How do we restore the situation to normalcy? A sort of restorative justice. And in so doing, yes, we've attracted a bit of flack. But as I was saying earlier, both myself and the team, we've attracted a bit of flack, but we've also attracted a lot of gratitude and a lot of support. And if I were to weigh the negative reaction we've received against the positive reaction we've received, I would say that the positive negates the negative.
Which is fantastic. We're very glad to hear that. What drove you to push forward and to stand up and say that things that are happening are not right and I want to say something about it?
It really has been about gratitude. The gratitude of being placed in this position of enormous responsibility where I can make a difference in people's lives every day. Every day we meet your ordinary people, the Josephs. In other countries we call them the Gogo Dlaminis or the grandmother Dlaminis, who would have been victims of abuse of power or abuse of state resources in one way or another, or just bad administration, and we restore hope and dignity to those people. That gives me enormous joy. I was telling the meeting today that yesterday I got feedback that two startup business people got their money paid by government. It was a long struggle before they reached us. They'd lost everything. But just hearing the story, hearing feedback that says the money has been paid, I jumped for joy because it really is an opportunity for a worthy life, making a difference that you see. Everyone makes a difference in the work they do, but not everyone has the luck we have to see the impact of our work every day.
Beautiful. But it also comes with its hardships, of course. There's a difficult process involved. And obviously dealing with unethical practices must be extremely frustrating. What is your take on ethical leadership?
Well, firstly, with enormous power, there's enormous responsibility. Ethical leadership is a must for everyone who exercises entrusted power, whether it is in the private sector or in government. In government, in fact, it's stated in black and white. Section 195 of the Constitution in South Africa makes it compulsory for everyone who works for the state to implement the highest level of professional ethics, because entrusted power has to be exercised in terms of the rules and values that are the basis of you being given that power. And if you act in breach of those rules, trust will be broken and people's lives will be undermined. But more than anything else, public peace will be compromised.
What has your journey been like? How did you end up where you are today with the wisdom that you have?
My journey has been a history of extraordinary kindness and compassion from people, and moments of cruelty, struggle, like everyone else. I'm a child born during apartheid to a working class family in Johannesburg and experienced the cruelty of apartheid, but also growing up being not affording, also experienced the kindness of strangers. That's how I got educated after passing grade 10. My father was not poor, although he had never seen the inside of a classroom. He was a very disciplined, hard-working person who believed the only helping hand you have is the one at the end of your arm. But he was a bit parochial about education. He thought once you have learned enough to take instructions in English, then that's important, because he grew up in that generation where the black child was supposed to learn how to take instructions. So for me, he thought, okay, you now can go do nursing. That's super educated for you. And he then, when I refused to drop out of school, he stopped paying for my fees, and from there I depended on the generosity of strangers, mostly from Europe, through these bursaries that were sent to Africa by people choosing to eat less and choosing to live lives that were more contained as opposed to luxurious, and sending some of their monies to Africa so that the African child could be educated.
Wow, that's phenomenal. And then after you finished school, where did you go from there?
I went to university temporarily, and I registered for a BA Humanities because I had wanted to study law, and there's a long story about my parents or my church encouraging me to do medicine. And by the time I applied for law, it was late, so I did humanities, dropped out, went back home, tried to get enrolled at first. They wouldn't recognize an O-level degree, O-level high school certificate. They wanted an A-level. Taught a bit, joined the trade union movement, and went back to university and studied law. Worked as a trade unionist a bit during my university days, which were the days I joined part of the struggle in South Africa, mostly the civic part of the struggle, and taught and researched at Wits University, then worked and then joined government in 1995 and went back to private practice in 2001, and then joined government again in 2007 as a full-time commissioner. In 2009 became public protector.
Wow, it's an incredible journey that you've been on. And I'm sure there were moments as well where you were frustrated in it, where you could have decided to look at what was going wrong versus where you wanted to be, and you would have been another angry person, a person who maybe didn't succeed. But your outlook and your forging forward despite the circumstances, I'm sure is a big part of what leads you to be sitting here today.
You are right that somehow my life focused on how do I improve my fortunes and the fortunes of my family and my people. I think it was mostly really my life focused more on how do I change society in a positive way. And I would thank my parents and my church for that.
And is there anything that you would like to share, a message that you have for Namibia?
To Namibians, I would say you have a beautiful country and a spirit of generosity. Judge yourself not by your weaknesses but by your strengths. Once you're improving your weaknesses, but do focus on your strengths and use those to build on them.
Absolutely beautiful, because every single weakness is just a strength we haven't yet worked on.
Oh, that's a beautiful one as well. Absolutely, I like that.
It's been so delightful having you in studio. What an honor and a privilege, and thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us. You have inspired us. I feel inspired. Your words are incredible, and they show us what an incredible life we could have if we focus on solutions and what's going right versus what's holding us back. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure and an honor.
That's been delightful. Thank you.
Right.
Master Your Destiny on 99 FM.